To all you happy-go-lucky people out there, I'm TJ. This is another episode of my reviews. Of course, body shaming is a real thing and a real issue. I mean, you can't really diss someone, you can't really talk bad about someone who doesn't look exactly like you do. I mean, sure there's sure there are people out there who may have the same name as you, but they don't have your unique genetic makeup, and they sure as hell don't have the same personality you do. Because though I have run into several people who've had the same first and last name as yours truly, I've yet to run anyone who was basically could almost pass off as an exact replica of me, which in this day and age has the possibility of happening, but won't be happening because there's only one me. I'm pretty sure by now that most of you, if not everybody, has heard about Nicole Arbour's infamous "Dear Fat People" fat shaming video. If not, here's a couple of seconds of that clip.
Fat shaming is not a thing. Fat people made that up. That's the race card with no race.
Yeah, but I couldn't fit into a store. That's discrimination.
No. That means you're too fat and you should stop eating. Everybody.
Now, I gotta wonder, about Arbour's integrity here. I mean, as if she had any to begin with. But if Nicole Arbour if Nicole Arbour's mindset was to, piss people off, she succeeded. Yeah, you pissed a lot of people off there, Nicole. Real smooth move, X-Lax. And I find it funny that shortly after she made this video, there have been several plus size celebrities who've actually chimed in on on Nicole Arbour's video. There's also there's a vlogger out there who wished to remain anonymous, who made a statement that Nicole Arbour's "Dear Fat People" video basically targeted him and his family. In fact, I have a screenshot of that, so take a look. So I was reading up on the updates of this story, and of course, with her now infamous video, she was recently on The View, and though I didn't watch that particular episode, I have seen articles on The View with Nicole Arbour being the guest, where she failed miserably to try to appeal to the host of The View. and basically said that she made that video to offend people. Okay. Um, you really on and the the thing that I don't get is the it is her fans, her dedicated fans who watch her work. She said she made it for them and she thought it'd be fun. Well, Nicole, talking about people just because of their size, saying that they need to lose weight so they won't get no heart disease or whatnot, it's not fun. Having a heart disease isn't a laughing matter. It's not a joke. I mean, would you like it if someone was shaming you because of how skinny you look? I mean, newsflash, Nicole. Plus size people aren't the only ones that get heart disease. Skinny people like you and I can also get heart disease. So it's not just linked to just plus sized people. And considering the fact that you made this video to offend people, I mean, you basically made it a point to try to tell the plus size community in general that they're not mobile. They sit around waiting for people to hand them something over and over and over again. When you haven't even taken the time of day to try and sit down with a few of the plus size people to try and figure out why they appear to be overweight. It could, I mean, there are different reasons why a person appears to be overweight. I mean, there's lots of reasons why it happened. But people like you, Nicole, don't bother to ask or try and find out. You just assume that just because someone is plus size, that they're fat, they're disgusting, they're revolting, in which people who say that need to get bitch slapped twice. I mean, you can't, I mean, no one can stand there and honestly say that all fat people need to lose weight and need to stop eating. I mean, me personally, I understand if a plus size person had no other option to lose weight. Some plus size people, may want to lose a few pounds here and there, and keep their plus size figure. To those of you, more power to you. I mean, just because a person is plus sized does not mean that they're not mobile or they're not agile. I've seen several clips of plus size people who more than likely move a hell of a lot more, who are a hell of a lot more agile than their skinny counterparts. And that's saying something. I've also seen plus size women, to be more specific, sliding down a dancing pole. Some people call it a stripper pole, but that's beside the point. So, to everyone out there, should you find yourself wanting to diss a plus size person, before you do, which I know some of you might, the rest of you won't, but should you find yourself wanting to try and diss a plus size person for being fat and trying to tell them that they need to stop eating to lose weight, think about this. You tell a plus size person to stop eating so they can lose weight. Okay. So let's say the plus size person in question does stop eating to lose weight. And this goes on for, let's say, a month. The plus size person goes a month without eating. We'll throw we'll throw in he they may drink like maybe at least one or two cups of a beverage of some kind with during this month period. Did you know that anyone, including plus size people, who don't eat regularly run the risk of dying of starvation and dehydration, along with a few other health complicated issues that can stem from not eating? Now, me personally, I have several plus size friends on my friends list. And I read I look at their timelines every now and then. Some of them say that they want to lose weight, to have a little bit more energy. More power to you. You know, there are others like there are other plus size people who basically tell the naysayers or whatnot, who basically try to rub it in their face saying that they're fat, will turn around and say, okay, so I'm fat. So what? Kiss my fat ass. Thumbs up, more power to you. And the biggest misconception that, yeah, biggest misconception, the biggest stigma that society in general tries to hold over plus size people is that plus size people sit at home all day, do absolutely nothing but eat. I know several plus size people. There's quite a few who live in my home state that actually have a job and is out working trying to make a decent living. So you can't say that plus size people just sit around the house do absolutely nothing, because there's a good bit of them that actually go out and work. And it's not just here in the States. I mean, there's plus size people all over the world. I mean, hell, there's a couple of plus size people I know in Australia. And they're going about going out working, making a living. So the fact that most people say that, all plus size people sit at home do absolutely nothing is completely bullshit. And the majority of plus size people, well, women in particular, women to be more specific, 9 times out of 10 look a hell of a lot more beautiful and a hell of a lot more elegant than their skinny counterparts. I just hope, I wish, and hope and pray that one day that BBW plus size women will finally be able to break the runway barrier where plus size women will actually get to walk the runway or walk the catwalk alongside their skinny counterparts if that hasn't happened already. I mean, I would like to see it. I would like to see that happen. I mean, plus size people already broke into the media mainstream, so why not? But I'm gonna take a break right here. We'll be right back. So basically, what I'm trying to say to all of the plus size people out there that had to look at that god awful fat shaming video that Nicole put up just to piss you off. I could say that don't let her words rattle you and whatnot, but I know that most of you've been dealing with being bullied about you ate the majority of your life, and you're still trying to, be a little bit stronger emotionally and whatnot. I understand that. I totally understand that. But those of you plus size people that are still struggling with self-esteem issues and whatnot, I'm pretty sure that there are plenty other people out there who will even vibe with you on that. So, and don't let naysayers or whatnot say that you have to be skinny in order to feel and look beautiful, because you don't. You can be a plus size model and still look fabulous. I mean, you can be a plus size woman and still and still have kids. So so being a plus size person, whether it be male or female, shouldn't even bother everyone else. But there are people like Nicole Arbour who say that fat, or in her case, fat people are subject to heart disease and plus size people can't run very fast. Well, I kind of disagree. I disagree on that. I mean, there are more than likely some plus size people out there who could possibly keep up, if not past, a their skinny counterpart in a race. So, but if for those of you watching, if you all want to chime in on this particular episode and give your thoughts on this story concerning Nicole Arbour and her Dear Fat People Fat Shaming video, which I say that the video itself is complete and utter bullshit, to send me an email at windchaserproductions@gmail.com with my reviews in the subject line. Of course, next Friday is my birthday, and I'm basically going to be treating this like I turned 21 again, even though I'm far from it. Because my actual 21st birthday was spent by me working that night. That entire day. And I was in Georgia at the time, but that's another time. But that's gonna be all for now. I'm TJ Dudley. And I will catch you all on